Right, hello guys, and welcome to what I'm going to be doing my predictions for the Champions League 25-26 group stage. And I won't be making weekly predictions for the Champions League, but I'll probably start when the playoffs start in the knockout stages. So stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's look at the table here I've got in front of me. 36 teams. And I'm going to start with my 36th place. And that is Karat. And I am going to be doing this very quickly because be honest, at least at the bottom here, I don't know a lot about the sides. But Karat, one of the newcomers to the Champions League format, the Champions League. And I think they'll just instantly finish bottom. I just don't know if they've got enough in the tank to press on. And then on to 35th place. I've got my predictions all written out over there, by the way, guys. And I have gone for Karabag in 35th place. And it's for a similar reason. I just don't know what to expect from them at the start of this campaign. They could very much be, they could be a dark horse. They could be a surprise package, but I don't think so. I'm not convinced at the minute. And then on to 34th place. Sorry for the pauses, by the way, guys. In 34th place, I have gone with Union Saint-Gilles. And, it's a similar reason to the other two. I think this is their first Champions League, and I just don't think they've got enough in the tank to press on either up the table. I think they might get a few points here and there, maybe a couple draws, but I'm not convinced by them. And then on to 33rd place, and I have gone with, where are they? Villarreal in 33rd, and their one I think is a risky shout because they could very much be pressing upwards, and I think they could make the playoffs at least. And they're probably the biggest underachievers that I've got, at least in this first half of the table. But I just don't know what to expect from them coming into this tournament. I can expect goals, but I don't know if I can expect enough wins to stay up and not be eliminated early on. Then on to, 32nd place. I am going with, if I can find them, Paphos. I think, unlike the teams I have below them, at least in the bottom three, it is their first time, but I think for some reason they can press on. Not enough to, make the playoffs. But I think they've got enough to impress enough to get up to about 32nd spot on the table. And that's what I'm going with for them. And then into 31st place. Let's see where they are on here. I am going with Copenhagen in 31st place. And I think they've got enough to impress, maybe get a couple wins over the line here. But I don't know if they've got enough to make the playoffs here. And I'd like to see them make the playoffs, but I just don't know if it's going to happen for them this time round. I think they can come back here again next year and do it again, but I don't think it's enough this time round. Then into 30th place, I have gone with Slovakia Praha, which is just Slavia on this list. This is where we start pushing closer to the playoffs, but I just don't know what to, again, I just feel like I'm repeating myself here, but I just think they don't quite have enough to make elimination football here in this tournament. And then in 29th place, probably writing it over there isn't a good one. And this may be a surprise for some people. I'm going with Club Brugge like, I know they're one of the bigger clubs down here in the, along with maybe Villarreal in the elimination zone here. But they were here last time, and I'm not sure if they overly convinced me last year on their finish in the table. And I don't think they're just going to quite have enough in the tank to make the playoffs here. And then in 28th place, I have gone for Monaco. And Monaco are similar to Club Brugge, really. I think I've seen them in this tournament before last year, but I don't know what to expect from them coming into the tournament either. And yeah, I think 28th place and pushing towards playoffs but not quite making it is where I think they'll finish. And then in 27th place, and very much the lowest team down here, but I don't think they're going to make it, Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht in 27th. They are one I could, like Villarreal, I could see pushing up towards the playoffs, but I'm not sure they've quite got enough. They are impressive in Germany, they're impressing me, but I just don't know if they're going to have enough to stay up or make the playoffs here. Sorry, and then in 26th place, I am going with Ajax. Ajax of the Netherlands. They're a similar story to Eintracht. Like, this is tricky, I could have very much had them in the playoffs or higher even. I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to do in this tournament, really. And that's why I've got them in 26th place. And then in 25th place, I have gone for another big surprise here. And this is the last team missing out in the playoffs. I'm going with Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Club de Portugal. And last year they entered this tournament with Ruben Amorim at the helm. But they've lost him, and I'm not sure if losing him is going to be a big blow for Sporting coming into this year's tournament. I think they'll get some good results over the line with some of the players they still have, but of course they've lost Victor Gyökeres to Arsenal as well, which could be a bit of a blow for them. Then we move on to the playoffs, I believe. Right, yeah. And in 24th place, I have gone for, well, Atalanta. I think Atalanta will just have enough to make the playoffs in 24th place. Again, a team I could see pushing a bit higher up the table, but I don't know what to expect from them coming into the season. I have gone for Atalanta. Sorry, guys. And again, I don't know what to expect from them coming into this tournament. They could very much make it there, or they could be eliminated. I don't know. And then into 23rd place, I am going for them to make it this time round. Bodo Glimt in 23rd place. I think their one year in the Champions League is going to be enough for them to, make a step forward, maybe missing out on these playoffs, but that's going to be better than being eliminated straight away last season. And I think that could be enough for them. Then into 22nd place, I'm going with, where are they? Athletic Club Bilbao. I'm going for Bilbao in 22nd. I think, like these clubs next to them, I think they're going to have enough experience to make it out of the elimination, make it out the table stage, and push on for the playoffs. But I don't know if they'll make it any further. But they are one of the stronger sides, and they've got a date with Arsenal next week. Then on to 21st place, I have gone for, let's have a look. In 21st, I have gone for, I was wondering when they'd come out, Olympiacos in 21st place. And they are a good unit in football. I remember them beating Aston Villa in the Conference League final a few years ago. And they're a strong unit. And I think they've got... I don't know if they have got enough what it takes to make it out the playoffs in the Champions League at this moment, but I think they'll be in them. And that's what I'm going for them. Then into 20th place, and I am going with Galatasaray. Galatasaray in 20th place. I think they've got some quality. They've got some quality players, and I think they've got enough to push on this season, this tournament, and into the playoffs. And the final team I've got in the playoffs in 19th place is Napoli. I've got Napoli in 19th. Or in this side of the bracket, I've got Napoli in 19th. I think they're going to be strong enough to make the playoffs, certainly. And I think they're another side I could expect. Sorry, guys, for the error. They're another side I could expect to make even higher in the table. But I've got them in 19th place, about mid-table and making the playoffs. Then into 18th place. No, that says 19th. Ignore that. In 18th place, I am going with Benfica. I think Benfica are going to be stronger this time round as well. And I think they are a team I could see making it out of this stage in the playoffs. But again, this is so hard to predict. Like, you guys have a go in the comments below. But yeah, 18th place Benfica. I think they've got enough to make it into the knockouts. I really do. And, well, as I say, I'll be making maybe predictions on the playoff stage. Let me know if you'd like that. And then in 17th place, I'm going with Marseille. I think Marseille is a good unit as well. They are maybe another one I could see making at least the round of 16 in the knockouts here. But I just don't know what to expect from them either coming into this. But I think they'll be comfortably in the playoffs. And I think they might actually make it out of the group stages, the table stage, and into the knockouts. And then where are we up to? Into 16th place. And I have gone for Bayer Leverkusen. And this isn't so much me saying you're a bad side, but it's just the uncertainty going around that club at the minute. They have got rid of Erik ten Hag. And I think they're certainly strong enough to make the playoffs, but I don't know if they've got enough in the tank to push on. I think they might make the knockouts, that's what I'll say about them, but a lot of these sides are going to be very brief, by the way, guys. Then in 15th place, sorry for keep looking over here, this is where they are written down, I'm going with PSV, another Dutch side. I think the Dutch sides might actually start to press on a bit coming into this tournament. And I think they might have enough to, you know, like, press on in this tournament this time round. Then in 14th place, I have gone with Borussia Dortmund. And yeah, coming to this stage of the group, it's really hard to predict. I believe any one of these sides could be pushing on to, like, automatic knockouts. Dortmund, of course, they made it quite far in last year's tournament, and they're one I can expect to be strong again, but I just don't know if they look a bit weaker this time around. And then into 13th place, I am going with Juventus. I've gone with Juventus. I don't know if I've put them a bit high in this table, but I think they'll be certainly comfortably mid-table, maybe even the playoffs. I've got them in there, and I think the players they've got and held on to are enough to make it. And then we move on to 12th place in the top 12, and it's so hard to see. I've gone for Tottenham Hotspur. And I know what you're thinking. Tottenham below Newcastle. It's not so much that. It's just, you know, Ange Postecoglou, they won them the Europa League. And I could easily flip these two round. And, okay, spoiler alert, 11th place, I do have Newcastle. I'm going to put them up together. I could have easily flipped Tottenham and Newcastle round quite comfortably. I think they'll both make the playoffs. I just don't think either will make, like, automatic knockouts. But I do have them both in the playoffs. I think they're both strong enough. But with Tottenham having a new manager, some new signings, they are strong. And I think they could push on to knockouts, the pair of these. What I will say is if I had to pick a team to make knockouts of the two, it would be Tottenham. But I think they'll both make playoffs. Then in 10th, is this 10th place? Yeah, in 10th place, I am going with Atletico Madrid. And, okay, this is where it gets really hard. I could see any one of these teams and 10 teams in front of me now making the automatic knockouts. Atletico Madrid, they're a good side, but I don't know. I'm not sure if they're strong enough to make the top 8 in this table. I think they'll be pushing on, and I think they will be one of the sides to make the knockouts. But I think they'll just miss out narrowly in 10th place. And the final team I have missing out narrowly in 9th place, and this is a big shock, but it's mostly because of how they're playing in the league, Manchester City. But why not? Man City missed out last year. I think they will, again, I think they're another side we'll see in the knockouts. They'll make it through the playoffs. But I've just got them narrowly, because of their league form in the Premier League, narrowly missing out on the top 8 here. And then we've got our top 8 here in front of me. And in 8th place, I've gone for Arsenal. And Arsenal could be way higher than this. Or they could be a lot lower. Well, about where I put them. I've got them in the top 8. I think I've put them too low. I think they could be higher. But man, this top 10, even the top 13 was hard to do. But I've got Arsenal making it. And who else do I have making it in 7th place? Last year's runners-up, Inter Milan. And one thing I remember about them last season is the amount of goals they conceded. Very few in this group stage. And I think if you concede very few goals, you're not going to be knocked out. And I think, at this early stage, and I think those goals they didn't concede, if that translates to this tournament, they're going to be fine. And make top 8 again. Then in 6th place, I'm going with Chelsea, the Club World Cup winners. And I've been impressed with what Enzo Maresca's done for that club in the past here. But I don't know quite what they're doing here. I think it's strong enough, certainly. But I think there's just a few sides a bit higher than this. These top 5 here, I think, are too strong. Then in 5th place, I'm going with the defending champions. I'm going with PSG. PSG, I don't know. I've looked at their squad. I don't know if they seem a bit weaker than they did before. I mean, they've lost Donnarumma to Manchester City. I'm not sure if that's a good loss for them or not. I just feel like the squad looks a bit weaker. I think they'll still be strong and can very much go on and win this tournament. But I've got them in 5th place. And in 4th place, I've got Bayern Munich. I like what they've got. I like what Harry Kane's doing. Michael Olise, they're scoring goals. Luis Diaz has come in from Liverpool. Another good signing for them. I think the squad they've got is enough to make the top 4 in this league's phase. And I think 4th place is where they're going to finish. Then we've got 2 Spanish clubs and an English club. And in 3rd place, I'm going with Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid last time out, they missed out on the automatics. They had to do it through the playoffs. And eventually got knocked out. I think this time they'll be stronger. I think, Mbappe's still there. I think he could be an asset for them. And I've got them 3rd because these 2 are too strong. And in 2nd place, it's going to be the same top 2 as last time. Barcelona I've got in 2nd place. And I've got Liverpool to win the league phase of the Champions League this season. And yeah, I just look at the two and I think Liverpool will just be stronger. I don't know what to predict for Barcelona Newcastle on the opening day at St James's Park. Looking forward to seeing I think there'll be goals in that game, but I think they could drop points somewhere. I think Liverpool will drop very few points. I think Barcelona might get a couple draws, and that's what will decide it in this tournament. Anyway, that's the whole 36 to 1st I've got next to me. Make sure you comment your predictions down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.